Going live. It says go live. Okay, it says end stream. Okay. There it is. I figured it out. I figured out YouTube. I've got it all figured out. Which is not true at all. Oh, YouTube, you made me change. You changed a little bit, and you made things slightly inconvenient on my life, and I had to relearn how to do the streams, and shame on you. We should be up and running here, so let's see. That's so funny. I just saw a moment ago the concurrent viewers was like 19 or 20, and I look over now and it's at 14. Looks like I waited too long. People just couldn't hang out. I understand. I'd be impatient too. For Supreme Ruler, fantastic game. Probably one of my favorite games of all time, and it's quickly building upon that lead it has over other ones. Let's see. Welcome to everyone. I see Finish Jaeger and Wolfpack345. Wolfpack, you are not a moderator? What have you done to fall from my good graces? Oh, okay. And then I read his first comment. Looks like we'll be starting late. Yeah, get out of here. Welcome, Meredith. Welcome, Eric. Welcome, Finish. Welcome, Josh. Welcome, Adelina. Fialek and Synaptic and Nail and Chief Jawali. Wow, welcome, Chief Jawali. Always good to see you. Can we have a recap of the previous episodes for those who didn't have the opportunity to get caught up? Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Murtek. Thank you, Tortuga, for getting me to try this game. Wow. Boy. So this game in particular, let's recap. What is going on? We started off in the Shattered World start. Everything has gone to hell in the world, and that's expected for this start. It's designed to be that way. I think already, it may not be that ahistorical. I mean, it's an alternate universe. Obviously, nothing's historical, but it may not be that unrealistic, I should say. It's a pretty realistic scenario, in my opinion. In this complete collapse of the world's order, one of the first nations to fall was Israel. So that's, they were eaten up by Egypt. Turkey also took a big swing at several people. They haven't conquered Bulgaria, but I believe they're at war with them. War with Turkey, yeah. So it looks like that is going poorly for Bulgaria, is what I would expect, but maybe not. We can kind of look here. Yeah, no, actually the Bulgarians are making advances. So Israel's gone. Syria's gone is the other one. A lot of Middle Eastern countries being swallowed up. The other thing that has happened is there was some wars over here in the east. I thought that something had happened of significance. Maybe not. I don't remember all the regimes which have stopped or ceased to exist. And it's probably easy to just look up the atlas. Go over here. Show the dead regions, and then we'll just look for people who have lost a lot. Yep, okay. So Georgia Republic is also eaten up by Turkey. New Mexico, we've incorporated them. Texas has incorporated New Mexico into Greater Texas. ISIS is gone. Hong Kong, Bhutan, these were really quickly gobbled up by China, as far as I remember. Southern China, there's southern and northern. Yeah, Synoptic Static says the Ottoman Empire is trying to reinstate Turkey's trying to reinstate the Ottoman Empire. They're making a good run at it. It looks like kind of a fun... I honestly imagine that's a pretty fun way of playing this game, is to load up as Turkey and see, can you recreate the Ottoman Empire? It's like a great idea for a series. Now, my next series on this game, I believe, will be a World War II Japan one. And I am thinking strongly about... I spoiled it. Oh, I've said too much already. No, I really have been thinking about either bringing this Texas game to the channel or possibly starting a new game as Japan in the early World War II start and seeing how I can do. So anyway, I don't know. That's just just right now it's a twinkle in my eye, but we'll see if it ever things bear fruit into an actual series like that. Otherwise, I could also just keep playing as Texas, because we should be building up. Problem with this game is that the economy is just in shambles. Don't really know how I'm going to fix that situation. but my solution so far, I don't know if it's working, has just been go to war continuously so the population doesn't have time to think about it. Yep. A series on this, by the way, I think would have the benefit of pausing. So in the stream, you have to watch me labor for minutes over one little course of action. Anyway, so let me see if I can get, well, I mean, you can kind of see the border of Texas, right? You can kind of see where it was and where New Mexico used to be. And you can kind of see it, right? Here's the Texas border, the river. The Great River, Big River. Yeah, so we used to hold all the way over to here, and then something like that. We took over New Mexico. That was the first order of business in our start. This game starts, I think, January 1st, 2020. So our first effort was to take over New Mexico. Look at it. I don't have a serious objective or like game plan for taking over which place first. But the theme I established was anything which is Mexico, including New Mexico, is the first one that will be the ones I target. And that kind of seemed thematic for playing as Texas. Texas, Mexico, they have a history. So, anyway, are you playing as Texas because you plan on migrating there with the rest of Silicon Valley? That is such an accurate statement, Chief Jawali. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I live in Silicon Valley. And a lot of people, especially during the COVID-19, there's work from home, and there's been a lot of movement to other places where housing prices aren't insane, outrageous. It's just insane. Okay, game stuff. What we did against Mexico so far is we advanced down this single highway. There was I guess we can call it maybe a three-pronged attack, like two big theaters of operation, and then like inside of those separate prongs of attack. Only one prong attack with Ciudad Juarez. We moved south and took Chihuahua, and then eventually we moved south and we took this river. I don't know Mexican geography very well, so unless the game tells me what river we're dealing with, I won't know. We also came over here and took out this little city, which is the only other city before you get to, like, basically the roads over here again, return to civilization, which is only somewhat a return to civilization. Very low supply in all these areas, I'm guessing, yeah, as we can see. So the idea was take the only town over here, which produces supply, so that hopefully no Mexican units can very easily counterattack into the heartland, into the U.S. borders, basically. That's been a very successful push so far. Holding this road against the reinforcements seems to be a good idea. We've done that so far, and that is where the reinforcements mostly come from. The few reinforcements that came this way, I'm hoping again that town will help shut down that avenue of attack. And then we had Operation Burrito. I forget what it was called exactly. But it was basically an encirclement of Monterrey. And it started off, all along the Rio Grande, we had one attack wave from Ciudad Acuna that came down, Piedras Negras went west, Nuevo Laredo just went down the road and held here. Actually, the first thing we did was cross the river, and we took over the towns over here, Reynosa, Matamoros. And now we've even gone as far south as the merging of the junction of the road and railroad over here. Now, after we did that, I actually sent the troops west over, and I thought I could just march right into Monterrey. Oh, I was wrong. We've lost a few units in this war, if I go back to the summary so far. Maybe I can look at, let's take off dead regions. So as far as dead total units, Mexico's now sitting second overall, at least of the alive regions. But fourth overall, even with the dead regions. Israel, boy, they killed 236 units. They went down fighting bravely, but they went down. And Egypt is now, and there's the 234 right there. Anyway, so Mexico has the second most units they've lost. Somewhere down here, Texas. I look for the United States because I play the United States so often. That's my current personal private game that I'm having a blast in. We've killed 221 units. We've lost 23. And 18 of those were to Mexico, which means 5 of them were to New Mexico. It was Monterey Burrito. Thank you, shut the heck up, Carl. That was it. Let's see. Josh says, Tortuga, you need to take over Oklahoma Panhandle and most of Colorado. Then you would have all the land Texas had when it joined the Union. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, look there's a Red River rivalry that has not gone completely unnoticed to the eyes of Tortuga. Oklahoma is a target. Unfortunately, most unfortunately, Oklahoma actually starts in good terms with Texas. Now, that'll change if we keep declaring war on people, but for now it makes them a little bit more difficult to declare war on because it'll make everyone else hate us all that much more. And in the Shattered World start, you're not going to worry too much about nations hating you. If you were playing like in the Cold War and you started, going crazy and declaring war, you might actually get other peaceful nations all ganging up on you, and that would be difficult. However, in this, everyone hates everyone, so you don't have to worry about the repercussions of your actions as much. Tortuga, you're cheating on us with another stadium. Yes, actually, it's always been my favorite way of playing Supreme Ruler is to load up the Cold War star, plays the United States, and just tech. And I put the AI on passive so they don't really declare wars, but there's still event-driven wars, the historic ones like the Korean War, the Chinese-Indian War that happens, all kinds of really fun things. And the most recent thing that happened in that save game, which is really fun, is I conquered China because I had set myself up in a way where I was friends with, not India, but it was Dalai Lama, Tibet. And they declared war on Tibet, and that gave me war justification. So then I used that to conquer China, and then I liberated them. By the way, if anybody knows, what is the advantage of choosing somebody as a colony in Supreme Ruler Ultimate? I don't really understand it. I suspect that it's some kind of resource gain, but for being a person who's put so many hours into it, I'm not really sure what's the advantage. Because colonies do hate you. They're still like hostile. And when you release a nation that you've conquered as, like, you basically install a friendly government, at least they like you and you can get an alliance with them usually right away. Okay, well, that's a lot of talking. That's where we are in this game. And I think we're okay. We're actually running extremely low on funds, but I'm going to just hope that we can solve that issue or ignore it or take loans. Something. We already have a few loans. So that's not good. What's my plan right here? Can we please be... Yeah, increase revenue. This is good. Improve cash and treasury. That is so important. In fact, these tax rates are just outrageously low. In my Cold War game... anyways, I forgot to get to the point. In the Cold War game, I have tax rates at like mid-70s. And in that game, after conquering China, releasing it as an ally, essentially, Russia declared war on China, and now... I think it's like 68, and I'm going to go to war with the Soviet Union. There's going to be a no longer Cold War. So, it's fun. Are you using only Rangers as your infantry, or... Oh, yeah, I guess we're rolling. I didn't even realize I paused. But it's that usual thing, the first icon you click on actually... Romania has declared war on Denmark. Well, you get some interesting things like this. Romania doesn't have any real means of executing a war against Denmark, but good luck to them anyway. Montenegro ceased to exist. That's right. I think this happened at the very end of last... Oh, speaking of flanking maneuvers. The way I set this up, if I turn on S for supply, we see that there's not a lot of blue over here. Actually, this is my supply. It's not like it's really going to help them anyway. But the reason why there's not a lot of my supply here is because this area is kind of like a dead zone for supply. There's not a lot of logistics over there. Like any supply emanating from like the roads, where it can travel pretty quickly, has to cross a river, which will cause it to decay or doesn't even have an ability to cross. I don't know exactly how it works. Anyway, so that individual is going to have a hard time getting supply. And luckily for me, I have some falcons, which happen to be very good at taking out hard targets. I just run them over here and they do their thing. Just like that. And Air Force, I mean, look at it. If you're flying, if Texas is going to fight Mexico, why not take extreme advantage of your very advanced Air Force? Remember, we're fighting like M5s or F5s, Tigers, and that's obviously a lot. Oh, I heard something. That's all obviously well within our capability of dealing with. We sent our F-15s against their F-5s, and yeah, guess who wins that fight? So, It's never taxed the tea you're making them buy for you. Eric Spurfield says, you should put a replay of that game onto the channel as a time-lapse. I really should. I mean, that's what I wanted to do a new series for, because I want there to be breaks. Like this stream, I don't feel like this is a great game for streaming. I'm doing it here, we're here, so we'll advance time will keep moving. But it'll be a lot easier for me to like pause. Think about what I want to do. Come back on the video, unpause. Okay, now we're going to move down this road. You know, Tortuga takes a lot of breaks, plays very slowly. This is an unfortunate reality. Not necessarily something ideal. Even I would admit to myself. I wish I could move a little bit faster in games. Make quicker decisions. You know, great thing for that, playing first-person shooters. That'll get you acting a lot quicker. But be that as it may, that I'm not that quick at making such decisions. Interesting that you didn't take the railroad. It would have been faster. Yeah. We're going to have to... Oh, no, AA doesn't... Send the Bradley back. Just want to conquer the ground here just so they don't get behind my back. Probably eating some brownies during the pause. I do like Trader Joe brownies. My God, those are so good. Although I haven't eaten one today, I almost did because we have some. Now, what's the next move for us? This is something I didn't really plan out before I began this stream. And again, one of those things where I would benefit from just pausing right now and thinking. But we can just brainstorm together. Idea, obviously, is we want to get to Mexico City. This is the capital. And I believe if we can make it this far, if we can like gobble up so much of the Mexican territory, I think that that would be... in this game, once you capture a capital, there's a chance, I think even before you capture capitals, that at some point that the enemy will collapse, they'll surrender. And normally the best way of doing that, you really provoke that it's a good chance you'll trigger their collapse if you capture their capital. But if it doesn't work, they move their capital somewhere else, and normally you have this whack-a-mole capital hunting. If you capture the capital early on, like the first thing you do is pair drop on it, and they don't collapse, then... I mean, they normally do not collapse immediately. You have to kind of wear them out a little bit. Depends on the support and all those things, game settings. But anyways, still, I think that if we were to move all the way down, I mean, this is be probably like half of Mexico we would have conquered if we get there. And certainly the most populous regions in here. Although I probably would not prioritize like Guadalajara. I'm not even sure if we get to León. It would make sense. I mean, there's really two paths south if we want to stick to the roads, and that's towards León and then the Caribbean coast. So we'll probably do both of those. Yeah, and we already are carding staging this group to kind of still advance slowly down, and we'll do exactly that. Keep advancing slowly down. Perhaps a drive to León and then springboard Mexico City. Yeah, that's... So there's a lot of cities here. We want to kind of avoid, although we need to conquer cities to win, I want to avoid cities because they're not where our army excels. And I would say that's actually true of the U.S. military present day as well. Open field battlefield, U.S. military can probably beat any, I mean, like surely should be able to beat anybody. But you get into situations like Vietnam and all these things. And what's happening? Well, it's not open warfare. It's, you know, close quarters combat or bad terrain. Poland on Slovakia this time. Well, good luck to both of them. I hope they wipe each other out. All the times that you're getting these units killing each other, they're reducing the CPU usage because there's less units to calculate. So it's fantastic. Go to war. Okay, so what's our plan then? We haven't even really mopped up. So basically I finished the stream last time and then just kind of left my armies wherever they were. Let's move on Ciudad Victoria. I think this will be easy to take. It looks like there's some kind of industrial center here with a lot of timber mills. Okay, well, timber mills, is that something we want? No, not really. But we'll end up taking it anyway. And this is the road to León, right? Yeah, we want this western road as well, I think. Not just going south. We'll definitely go to south to San Luis Potosí. And that's the next real thing. We can probably just start advancing very aggressively that way. Of course, I don't want to forget to leave units spaced out every 2, so I don't lose supply. And we'll probably want to fan out in like a lot of different directions just to make sure we're getting our borders pushed in all the same directions. Let's have these guys move together at the same speed. You can hit F, which toggles on and off this function. And this means that they'll move together, which means they'll move in the formation. They'll end up in the same formation they are right now. Generally, they move in that same formation too, but not always. If they go around obstacles, they do lose their formation. And this one is really important. Wonderful that they've added this. Move units at common speed. Especially useful in naval groups, obviously. You can get destroyers, really quick destroyers, or actually sometimes really quick aircraft carriers, and move them at the same speed as your escorts, or vice versa. So it's really nice. I'm just going to kind of meander down this road. And we have a lot of artillery set up, and why not take advantage of it? Win the fight before it begins. This Abrams is actually kind of in bad shape. And again, still just, okay, if they're really wounded, I'll leave them where they are. Let them lie. Artillery. This should go down this road. Let's advance this one. Instead of correcting the fact that I moved the artillery one too far, I'll just make it so they didn't move one too far by advancing everyone forward a little bit. This unit's still going to go back and conquer all that territory. I don't think AA, I'm not sure if AA can conquer territory. I think AA and artillery cannot. If you make a new series, it should be a kind of a tutorial. Yeah, Murtek, that's, I mean, I think that there's, right, Average Gamer is a YouTube channel. You can look for it, Average Gamer. And he does a lot of Supreme Ruler content, at least. He's probably, I think, the most prolific Supreme Ruler content creator that exists. And I apologize if that's an incorrect statement. Someone else who, I mean, let's be honest, the other people who play this probably aren't going to get wind of my statement anyway, but if they do, I apologize in advance if that's not true. All right, we got Virginia willing to give me rubber. That's actually pretty expensive. 11. 8, are we like really bad? I'm like, I can't remember any of this stuff. Oh my God, our rubber production is terrible. Woo! Yeah, we'll take that then. We'll accept that. And they also want, and that's a more reasonable deal. We'll accept that as well. Probably I need to get rid of some of the synthetic rubber plants. Now, what are we researching anyway? We have 3 research facilities. We're researching urban renewal, infrastructure rating, law enforcement rating up. Okay, that seems like a good thing to research. Upgraded manufacturing. I mean, we need to fix the economy. I mean, it'd be nice to do some research and get some of the techs. Like, we have F-22s, but I don't think we can build them yet. Anyway, unit build speed up and output of consumer goods. Like that bottom one is very good. And we have real-time communications, which is just military efficiency. Honestly, not the most important thing. At our present time, our military efficiency is going to be more than good enough. Okay, finished goods order demand minus 10%, output of industrial goods plus 2%. This is fantastic. Well, I'm just going to add this to the list. It may not be the next one we do, but definitely want it there as a reminder. Population petrol use up, so down by 10%. And city power generation up 10%. Let's look at how petrol and, oil and, well, petroleum, I guess. So this is not a bad one for us. We actually have, why are we not selling this? Do I have an order to the minister to stockpile? Maximize profit, import, export. Yeah, I don't have any orders to stockpile, but they are, it's always nice to stockpile some petroleum. You don't want to be like Japan in World War II. Or really any of the Axis powers. They all seem to have issues with oil. But yeah, this is a good one for us. We're producing at less than the market rate, so we can sell at a profit. And we're definitely making a lot more than we need. So those are all good things. The other one was power. Power. Well, power generation going up here, it would just reduce our need to produce power by ourselves. So cities generate a little bit of power for you. I don't know exactly how much, like what ratio, what fraction of my total power is generated by cities. I don't know if there's even a way to tell that. You can go through each of these and find out what you have, and I think coal power is, sorry for the environmentalists out there, but very efficient in this game. And I think it's very efficient in real life. It's just pollution, right? We have 5 nuclear facilities. I'm not sure that might be one of the reasons why we're spending a whole lot. Where are these nuclear facilities? Okay, so we have 2 of them right here. And 3 of them right here. So we have, that's all 5. Okay, so you're at 71% supply. You're at 67. I might scrap. Okay, let me scrap at least one of these for now. Nuclear power is great and all, but uranium, I believe, is pretty expensive compared to coal. Let's see if that's true. 110 versus 166. Yeah. And I think nuclear facilities are more expensive to run anyway, so we got to switch to coal. That's the obvious statement on everyone's mind in 2020. You got to switch to coal power. All right, let's just scrap one of these for now. Just trying to be a little bit conservative, not make too big of changes and suddenly collapse everything. We have a mess right now, but at least it's kind of a balanced mess that's not decaying, ruining our economy, and actually it's really bad, but it's just, it could be worse, I think, so I don't want to do anything to rock the boat because I'm not confident in my decision making. And I'd like to learn this game a little bit more from the economic side. I don't have a great grasp on the economics, so take everything I do with a grain of salt. Let's see. So what else do we have going on? We got, I don't want to lock anything. Okay. Consumer goods we could use, again, this is another great thing to be selling. We are selling it at a small profit. Fantastic. Okay, good. This is very good. So consumer goods being improved would be very good. So petrol usage going down by the population and city power generation going up. I think that that's generally a good thing, but our petrol situation is not bad, so let's leave it. Output of agriculture up by 15%. So this should just, in theory, I guess you could just say that this... Will it? No, I guess it won't. I was going to say, well, maybe it just ends up being a drop in price by 15%, but I don't think it works that way. I hope it does. So I want to just produce the same amount and have less, reduce my workload by 15% so that it exactly offsets the 15% bonus. I don't think we're going to do that, though. I don't think that's the way that tech works. So still doesn't look that bad. It's obviously nice to get 15% of anything. So I'm going to just queue it. I don't know if we'll use it. Augmented reality, research efficiency up to plus 5%. Woo! Well, this is one of those building block things. If this was going to be a long-term game, I would prioritize that as priority number 1. However, not sure. We're probably more into for the short term, despite these other economic decisions I'm making, which probably are all, in a sense, long-term decisions. Facility build speed, 8%. Output of industrial goods, 5%. Let's look at our industrial goods, which might not be in a... Whoops. Yeah, we're a little bit over the top here. So I'm again, not going to prioritize that. Let's go to medical. Advanced diagnostics, healthcare cost, down by 2%. That's a yes. That's a big yes. We definitely want that. Go to technology. Okay, upgraded petrol generation. Petrol production up by 15%. I actually think we're going to go with coal production. We should probably take a look and see what we're doing. And yes, by the way, for those of you who are like, where's the war with Mexico? This game has everything. I can micromanage it as I am. I could also toggle the minister to do this for me, build facilities and all that, which might be the best thing to do. But I want to look. We have 48 coal plants, and where's the petrol? There it is. 100 petrol. Okay, so we do have a lot more gas facilities than coal, but I think that, what's the price of, yeah, certainly petroleum is more expensive than coal, almost by a factor of 2, which is expected. Actually, it seems like it's a good deal. So research-wise, do we want either of those? Okay, I do give up. Synthetic fuel plants, we definitely don't want those. Finished goods, electrical demand, I just don't think that's that important. Industrial fuel resale sale. Finished goods, petrol demand, and finished goods, electrical demand. Oh, interesting. Petrol goes down, but electrical goes up. That's probably a bad thing for us, considering our electricity is more than market value, but our petroleum is less. So that's the one. Holographic storage. Haptic robotics, finished goods, facility efficiency. Oh, this sounds amazing. Yes, we will take that. Anything with efficiency in the name is just like an instant select for Tortuga. Let's see. Coal production. Oh, this is not... We're not going with clean coal. I'm so sorry. Especially because apparently pollution was never implemented in the game. It's just something you roleplay. Adaptable computing. I mean, another research bonus. We're, of course, going to queue it, but not likely to make the initial cut. Because we have to make sacrifices. I'm queuing these things up, by the way, because I am expecting that once we start conquering Mexico, we will acquire some more research facilities. So yeah, environment rating is good, but the pollution level doesn't matter. In fact, I don't know. Nuclear production of fire. We're probably not going to do that because we're shutting down our nuke facilities. Yeah, so what I want to do, that's probably all we need to worry about. Infrastructure rating and cost. That's a good one. And infrastructure rating. This one increases costs. We'll forget about that. Yeah, what was I going to say? Research facilities. Taking them over. That goes back to circling all the way back to my original question. What's the benefit of having a colony versus annexing the country you take over, or just, freeing them, liberating them with a loyalist government? I still want to know so that I can make a decision about what to do with Mexico. So anyways, advance. That looks good. Okay, recon can advance. Okay, what is this? Is this anti-air? No, it's artillery. Okay, so we know what we are preparing for here. Well, this is all basically our territory. I'm not going to worry about it any further, so move here. I haven't seen... Oh, look at this. It's got the Confederate flag in it. Mississippi. Didn't they change their flag? Or was it Georgia that changed their flag? No, it's Mississippi, isn't it? That recently changed their flag not to have the Confederate battle flag on it anymore. Anyway, I do have some... Yeah, we have an olive repair here, which is damaged. Let's send this guy back for repairs. Yeah, just go nuzzle into the port over at Corpus Christi, which didn't exist, by the way. I had to build that. And then let's start taking territory, which I cannot do with a submarine, but I can do with my olive repair. And the Cheyennes will essentially just provide logistical support. Pollution effects were planned but not implemented. Oh, Atomic Bobbly, who appears to be an expert on the game, has joined us. Welcome, and thank you for all your, influx of tips. Shame on you, polluter. I'm calling the EVA. That's right, Scott Holmes. Yeah, if pollution was a thing, which it's not, right? It's just made up. Supreme Ruler Ultimate, the ultimate climate change denier. They did not implement pollution. Okay, let's continue our slow advance over here, which for me is just going to mean step by step expanding out, pushing borders, and the AA Adventure is not really going to do anything. I also want to just grab a little bit of territory over here, move these guys down the road. I really want... So can you go up here and claim that? Oh, is this artillery? Oh my gosh, the Merles are just so awesome. Merles. It's Mellers. I call it Merle, but it's not. It's not MRLS. It's MLRS. It's MR. It's not MRLS. It's MLRS. So Merles doesn't really make sense. It's Millers. It's Millers. Why have I always called them Merles? Welcome, Frosty. Asphalt roads, no railroads. We're definitely going railroads in this game. I love railroads. You move so much faster by them. Mostly your infantry do. Your infantry just don't care about walking down the road. Now, what you could do is micromanage the supply train. I've done that a few times. Again, if this was not a stream, I wouldn't mind doing a little bit more micromanaged stuff like that. But as it is a stream, I'm less incentivized. Let's get you to go all the way over here. Okay, let the artillery start. And this is just garrison? Perfect. How are our F-16s doing? They were damaged, and now they're a little bit less damaged. That's good. Perfect time for... What? Where did they get this? Who sold you this Abrams? Mexico's fielding Abrams. Somebody from the U.S. is selling Mexico Abrams. Was it me? Oh, God. What are they doing with Abrams? We have Abrams fighting Abrams. By the way, thank you so much to Frosty. That I should say it specifically. I'm not. Sometimes the chat doesn't show up, but Frosty Thundertrod made a generous donation to the stream. I appreciate that, Frosty. I guess we could see what happens when an M60A3 goes up against a... Oh, God. Oh, no. This is breaking the fourth wall. Oh, God, these F-16s. Just forget it. We don't have to worry about it. Bring on the Abrams. Apparently, they don't matter at all. Oh, man. Annexing means... Okay, this is good. This is what I've been waiting for. Annexing means you get the factories and pops at reduced efficiency due to hex loyalty. I turned off loyalty effects. Downside is that you pay for repairs and maintenance, and their pops education and GDP per capita gets averages to yours. Okay, but when they're your colony, what does that do? That's what I'm most interested in. Atomic Volley also says that Mexico actually might have started with the old Abrams. That's possible, but I'd like to live in a more exciting, dramatic world in where one of the nations sold them that. I also wonder why they would have held it back, because I haven't seen... They've been using, like T-72s, T-80s against me, I think, mostly. And it's weird that they suddenly appear with one solitary Abrams comes running up. Which, to me strikes me as more of a more likely scenario is they just got it. So otherwise, why weren't they using it before? Oh, Adelino Palatino says, I sold them the Abrams. Did I actually? I know I sold other people the Abrams. I would have thought I would have been wiser than... I sold a whole bunch of... Oh, I sold the design... I did sell it to them. I sold them the design. You are correct. I didn't sell them an Abrams itself. I sold them the design. And now they are using that against me. It's quite unfortunate. You reap what you sow. Slovakia has ceased to exist today. Let's just check out who has taken them over. Poland, okay, that was a war that happened, and Poland has won it. Poland positioning themselves to be a big power. Look at all these city captured signs. Yeah. Poland just rolled over Slovakia. This is vengeance. I mean, this is, if you can think of it that way, history turning the tables. That's such a good catch, though, that I actually sold them the Abrams. I forgot about that. But you are 100% correct. Okay, so we're edging ever so close, ever little by little closer. And this might be the range that we need. I think we strongly outranged this M2105. No, oh, we do. And look at how just devastating them. If I could do more things than talk, if I could talk and chew bubblegum at the same time, we probably would have already taken over Mexico City. I just scroll in and out, and I just love watching, and I forget what I'm trying to do, which is a small problem. Again, Tortuga gets easily distracted, and it's hard not to just watch this game. It's so fun. Let's get you all the way over there, so we just push that entire pocket out. I don't have plans to immediately advance on that city. Actually, another Abrams! Oh, and this is actually a problem. Okay, well, we have a B2 over here. We had a... There it is. Wait, where is it? I didn't repair Chihuahua. I could repair the air base or airfield here. Okay, but anyways, we parked it here, and let's just go and attack this M1 Abrams. This is actually really cool. I'm actually excited to fight against the Abrams. We did almost no damage. Damn it, just bring in the F-16s. Am I still building, by the way? Okay, I'm building a lot of Green Berets. That's excellent. I definitely want to build a lot of those. In fact, more as soon as we're done. That is so effective. These F-16s, they just kick butt. And That air superiority, we knew that it would be important. I didn't realize it'd be this beneficial for us. It's actually because I saw how ineffective the B2 is, just because it doesn't have any, it can only drop 2 bombs before it goes back. So, in my opinion, the B2 is almost a waste of money. Oh, I would not say almost a waste of money. It is a waste of money. Maybe it fits into a role where they have a ton of AA. That could be a... Okay, Greater Malaysia declare war on Papua New Guinea. That's bizarre. But cool. California wants to sell us rubber. We'll take it. The economy doesn't seem to be doing that badly. With comparisons to when I first began and we were bleeding like multiple $1 billion a day. You guys can go home. Good. Thank you for your service. Let's get this M113 to kind of conquer that spare territory. And once we advance and push this out, so it's interesting that they are still going to... I apparently have not shut down that avenue of approach, which is quite unfortunate. The downside to colonies... Okay, good. Oh, let's read this. Okay, I'll let the game run, and I'll just maybe kind of click around. Okay, they wouldn't... colonies are like permanent allies, but you control their military facilities, get a fraction of their resources, and can order them to build things. They will not build military units because they have no military facilities. There's an option, though, to let them keep military facilities, isn't there? I think I saw an option for that. Elzinu. Love Supreme Ruler, even though I can't get my economy to work right. Well, Robert Roberts, I'm having the exact same problem with Texas here. Somehow seems that I got things straightened up. We were bleeding, just bleeding tons of money. Now, only losing 358 a day, that's something I can live with. And not just me, but the Mexican people, because I said so. And that's what a good supreme ruler will do. Democratic. Obviously, this is a democracy, but, I just say things and people do them or they're thrown into prison, like in any good democracy. Are you gonna present a problem? Like, what happened to those garrisons that were there? Can I move a little bit closer? Okay, there they are. And there goes the artillery, right on cue. Perfect. Let's bring up some more. I do plan to make this attack, though. So let's bring up the folks. Bring them on up. Oh, we have even a Blackhawk who can make the attack. What is up with this Blackhawk? She's moving super slow. Oh, I still have this formation thing done. No, tanks don't have to move at the rate of a Stinger group on foot. No. That does not need to happen. This Bradley, move over here. Keep pushing. Hey, before Leon, there are multiple roads that go to the west. Make sure to garrison them. Interesting. So it looks like we're just going to need to hold something like Victoria de Duran, which is, it's a terminal for... It looks like it's the main terminal to come in and like side attack. I don't expect that they will run in this middle area. They're probably going to make attacks directly over here, or they'll make them along the road to Torreon. So Torreon is our next big objective, I guess. And what did we have defending there? A BMP-2. Okay, let's begin our attack here. So let me pause real fast just so we can get all these guys to coordinate. Bradley, Abrams, Bradley. Okay, 1 recon, but 2 normal Bradleys. And something like that. Artillery's ready to go. And this Abrams is just going to be there for some moral support, really, because I don't want to risk him getting damaged. Let's see how quickly we take this out. Let's also bring in our Nighthawks, which haven't seen action yet. Okay, so far so good. Well, this recon Bradley's getting pummeled. If it takes too much more damage, we will evacuate. the Mexican Air Force has shown up in their F-5 Tiger. Oh my god, I should have just had the Eagles there waiting, but let's get them out quickly. Now, this is a situation where I think having a B-2, or in this case, an F-117, is useful, these stealth bombers, because they're very hard to attack, and they're also very hard to spot. So it's very difficult for them to take damage. I'm just hoping that can our F-15s react in time. Here they go! Oh, we got there! We got the drop on them! Engage, engage, engage! We did it! Yes! Fantastic. Finally took out that one F-5 that had been, obviously not really doing any damage, but at least just harassing me for a little while. Finally got him. Finally got him. That was good. And isn't this game so cool to fly like your different formations of F-15s and to be taken out? F5s, you know, we're technologically superior. The only reason why they're building M1 Abrams is because I gave them that technology. Ooh, a spy captured. I'm not going to get into the espionage side of things. They also have that aspect of this game, but it's the side of things I least enjoy. Okay, sorry, I had to take a drink. This seems like a good deal for coal. Oh, they want me to give them coal? Hell yeah. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, at a better rate than I'm producing it. Absolutely, absolutely. So after pulling out this Bradley, which I thought I had done, but I had not, we should just very easily wipe the floor with the rest of the garrisons. Take this, and then we're moving on to the BMP, which may require special attention. Okay, that city is ours now. Continue to push up the side to expand our supply. Having that same problem, you know, again, just slowly doing that over here. If you do it too quickly, then you lose it, so better not do that. Okay. And what else? We have probably no reason to go further. How's the general picture looking? Looks good. Looks good. I don't know of any example of guerrilla warfare being countered effectively and efficiently. That's a solid tactic. Yeah, I mean, they just entrenched in the cities. It's useful. I definitely think it's also good for them. That it's effective means for Mexico to fight. If I was Mexico, I would be holding up in places like Monterrey. We have a little breakdown of this. Not just a little breakdown, a big breakdown of, you know, movement to the front. The orders are getting tied up in the bureaucratic system, apparently. Because a lot of these guys can move forward. Your artillery, so you go there. A lot of units with a little bit of damage on them. It's alright, we're just going to push forward. So Ciudad Victoria. What's our next goal? I guess the next thing is Ciudad Madero. And Tampico. Once we take control of this area. Okay, we have a Timoni. Oh, another war. Iran and Straits. It must be one of those bodies that's supposed to be set up as like a shared canal government, meaning that it's supposed to be free right of passage, but it's not that way. So they set up a different government just to make sure that yeah, like one nation doesn't dominate the... Okay, this is good. That's a nice one. So like for Egypt, they have a canal zone to represent the fact that even though Egypt doesn't really like the United Kingdom at the start of the Cold War, that's for the Cold War start at least, they allow passage through the Suez Canal. Keep moving up our artillery as well. They've been instrumental in our success. Oh, looks like the BMP is making I would say, highly unintelligent decision to fight me in open territory. Couldn't disagree more with that decision. But that's okay. I mean, I actually love it. And this, for us, it works great. He's doing it against us. Let's see if we can get him before he goes back into the city. We can! Alright, got him. Pushing our supply forward. Alright, I also want to advance my supply over here. Let's move over there. Same idea here. You want to move basically just 2 hexes at a time. Why is that 1 hex? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, just somebody, please. My OCD is just really killing me. Alright, let's do it this way. Shift click. And then right click back down here. So you can do waypoints in this game. That's a terrible offer. We will decline that. Surprised you aren't running with this map in supply mode, says XT Wagon. Yeah, I toggle it back and forth, but it... what do I say? It's like a little bit ugly. I hear ships fighting, don't I? Was that ships fighting? Maybe. Anyways, let's continue to close in on this one colony. Yeah, so there's enough supply. We can keep pushing, keep pushing. We can probably keep pushing this guy towards Gomez Palacio. The palace, the Gomez Palace. Okay. Let's get these guys now that they're on the rail. That should be a quick journey for them. Okay, not as quick as I thought. Is Ciudad Victoria, are we like well positioned now to attack this? Just need to start lining up our ducks and going. Let's do that. We surely have supply over there. Let's get like a helicopter just to make sure we maintain that. Let's get a striker to move down this path as well. Okay, good. We have our artillery. One artillery. I want more artillery. Where's my artillery? We have no artillery here, but where do I need these guys? I think the push over here is going to be more intense. So let's bring that up. Where's my artillery? So this guy's good to go. He can move up to the front. You can move up here, and you can move here. Okay. Now let the artillery do its thing. It's the... Oh, yeah, we got 4 artillery over here. We don't need any more. Yeah, we definitely want to reroute any other artillery. Let's put some AA down here as well. Only 1, though. Don't I have more? Probably somewhere I've forgotten about. Okay, so just slowly but steadily push in the front. Just here. Well, we're doing some weakening, but this is 6 garrisons. This is a pretty well-defended city. I'm not sure what happens when they disappear like that. Do they pop out ready to kill you again? Let's move in. I think we're in good shape to move in here. Okay, let's make our move and get our Nighthawks out here as well. I preemptively am going to direct my F-15 down here just in case the Mexican Air Force materializes once again. Yeah, this is going pretty well. But one of my strikers taking a lot of damage. And we have some more Bradleys, which I'd like to bring up. Get into the fight. Just having these guys fly air patrol, this kind of reminds me of, what's that game? Wargame Red Dragon, where you just have people kind of flying on patrols. Let's get this whole group to move in. Yeah, they're quickly disintegrating. Okay, we'll move these, we'll just send them, I could just do return to base. It's easy enough rather than right-clicking them where they need to go. And there it is, Ciudad Victoria's ours. So we're doing good. This is really good. Making progress. Keep pushing all the lines up, moving forward. Another war has begun. The industrial center should be pretty easy to take. Territory lost, yeah. So we lost territory somewhere. Does it apparent where? No. No, it's not. And we're going to have to move on this area next. Let's get the artillery moved up. Put them on the road, actually. Move this Abrams here. The Recon Bradley, just move them up. We actually have a pretty good group of units here. All right. This has worked out nicely. We closed in nicely on, what is this, San Pedros? Is that what it was? San Pedro Colonias? Some of our Stingers did not yet arrive, but we'll get them up. And our Bradley, which we can actually use to cut off the reinforcement path. Let's grab one of the Abrams to have them help with that. There's not going to be a whole lot of reinforcement. Okay, so let's move on this town. This is the next one. First, get our AA and artillery into position. Whole bunch of Abrams here. This is not the ideal city urban assault group, which is a gross understatement. Can I get some help from some Bradleys? That would be wonderful. Let's get those units to transition over to the west. Oh, so North Korea. I was going to say, if that's South Korea, that would be like very interesting. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of vision of the world. I have got line of sight from Hawaii. I was not able to get line of sight with Japan or South Korea before our relations turned sour. That's based on me attacking New Mexico and then Mexico. We also have vision of Germany. So if anything happens around Germany, we'll have vision, but so far that's all been pretty stale area. Try getting a new airbase closer to the front lines. I could do that, Speed Sir, and that's definitely a good thing to do, especially in older times. The Air Force that I have right now, it has such range. I can actually operate pretty effectively from way back behind the Rio Grande. North Korea versus Pakistan. Yeah, who's going to question it, right? May not make sense to you, but North Korea has, that's it doesn't make sense, which is why it makes sense that North Korea would do it. Let's put it that way. Okay, so as soon as we land a few hits here, that garrison just, oh man, it healed so quickly. All right, we're going in. In fact, I'll just box select some units here. Striker will be very important to get in there and get these guys over here. Okay, let's go. Let's move on in. Luckily for us, the Abrams is not horrible at close quarters combat, but yeah, this is going pretty well. And it's the Striker which is taking the real brunt of this, which is not... I mean, I imagine, in my head, if I'm trying to imagine us actually going into the city, the Striker unit is leading the charge. You don't want the Abrams in front. And that went exceptionally well. Basically, only damage on our Striker. Fantastic, okay. So the road to San Luis Potosí has been cleared. Let's move. Let's keep going. That was wonderful. That was extremely good. And I might have to return some of the Bradleys because I'm expecting a lot more, well, at least some difficulties on the western push. I mean, on the eastern push. We have a Bradley. We have another Bradley. We have another Bradley. Okay, we have 3.5 Bradleys. The recon ones I kind of consider half a Bradley each. The industrial center here shouldn't be a problem to clear. We can probably do that very quickly. Let's get the artillery to move forward so that they can... Okay, you know what? I'm going to make a command decision here. One of these artilleries, I know it's very cool that we have them just moving like a crazy, overpowered artillery group together, but let's get one of them over to the middle, where I think they'll be very useful. This is good to see some damage going down on that. Sounds like we're having some Tortuga family issues in the background. Alright, the dragons, how are the dragons as far as 8-14? Not good. Okay, I think we're just gonna move in on this immediately. Because I don't think we're gonna have to worry about it too much. Famous last words. So let's just hope the artillery does its thing. Oh yeah, this is going well. I didn't actually get anybody to move in, but we conquered it anyways, thank goodness. Okay, and the artillery's already getting started. Fine by me, Ciudad Monte. Yeah, we've actually occupied the... Oh, what's this? Some Marines. I think I sold them the Marines, too. Move down this road, cut them off. In the open field is like, good luck. Good luck, buddy. I mean, Marines are good, but they're not that good. Not in the open field against armored units. So, maybe if they were American or Texan Marines, they would have had a chance. War declared. South Africa on Malawi, which I confess I don't know where that is, besides being somewhere in Texas. I mean, somewhere in Texas. Africa. Okay, we have a diplomatic offer for more rubber. That's not a good deal. I'm not going to accept it. This is a terrible deal, but it's Florida, so we will accept it. You know, us Floridans and Texans have to stick together, as is the case. Yeah, Patrick says I'm fighting stuff I sold. It's true. I sold them the designs for Marines. I'm pretty sure they might have it already. There are Marine designs out there, but okay. What are we looking at here? Ciudad Monte, 80,000. Hopefully this is not that big of a deal to take. Let's get my artillery stationed in that complex. Let's get all these guys to shift southeast. The remaining units here, actually, I guess these guys shift here. You'll move there, that's good. And then we'll probably bring at least the patent. Oh, these are all patents. Okay, they're all being brought back to deal with this city. One thing at a time, right? Just overwhelming. This is divide and conquer, right? Excuse me, overwhelming is Schwerpunkt. Overwhelming firepower in a single point. Break them in that line, move on to the next point. Okay, I think we can give the general order to attack. I think we're ready. All these go. Don't get all of these guys. Don't get the artillery. The artillery should not move. I think I'll get the tank to move north. I want the Stingers to protect the artillery, frankly, but let's get you guys to move. I know that they were supposed to defend the road, but you know, it doesn't matter. We'll deal with that later. All right, here we go. Another city. That is going pretty well. I don't want the recon Bradleys to take too much damage. Why are these guys damaged so quickly? 22-18 versus, like, what's a normal Bradley? 28-21. Oh, 22 versus 28. So these are much harder to kill, those M2A4s. And you can see that when we take this recon Bradley back, it's you know, it's a recon Bradley. It probably shouldn't be the first thing in the fight. I mean, in some ways it should be, but where are we being attacked? Oh, okay. What's going on here? Got a solution for that, which is the B2 Spirit. Even though it's only going to drop 2 bombs and then it's going to leave. Okay, that, never mind, was sufficient to take it out, apparently. Did not realize things would go that well. That's fantastic. Just going to push forward a little bit, kind of increase the supplies a little bit further west. That's fine there. That's fine. So we want to take Gomez Palacio. Do we take... I guess we'll do another Monterey Burrito situation where we cut off the lines and then double back. Let's get this group. No, I want the Abrams patents. Those are also fine. Let's get this group right here to go and maintain, or conquer, sorry, the railroad. Just to cut off supply from the back. Get our artillery to move forward as well, so that they can start doing some bombardment. Get this recon, which has already taken a bit of a beating. Yeah, this one as well. These recon Bradleys seem to be very first to get damaged. I'm not sure if that's like they're trying to imply that the recon units are in the battle first, so they'll be attacked first, and then you back them up. Is that what you're supposed to do? Oh, wow, look at this. We're attacking an Ock PG from such range. This Cheyenne is awesome. It's so cool. It is kicking butt. Let's continue to push. How's this guy? I might just send this unit for repairs directly. There. Okay, I was like, is he going to go or not? I think he will. Pause naval production. I think it might even be okay. Economy-wise, we've been holding around 5.5 for a long time. And that's awesome. It means the economy has stabilized to a small degree at least. All right, let's get into this battle as soon as we get... Yeah, let's get all these guys forward. All right, let's move. Let's get in there. And the patent's down here. Charge! Get the striker over here. We might move him in. Okay, we want the Bradley and even the recon Bradley to move in as well. So far, so good. This attack looks good. Actually, we have, what is this, more Marines? Yeah, more Marines are actually helping out against our M60s. One of them just got more experience. Does this game have the $1 billion Zomwell class? It does. It has, like, everything, Robert. It's awesome. Half the time, when I'm playing the Cold War Start, all I'm doing, I'm mostly playing at peace. I told you I put the AI on passive, but we'll keep running this. Most of what I'm doing is just oogling over all the research opportunities, and I like to envision myself as both the Congress debating, like the person bringing the proposal to Congress saying, hey, fund this F-22, fund this Zumwalt, and then being Congress debating it, and then I choose which thing I want to research. So like we can see it here. You know, the people in charge of, okay, probably not the Nautilus or Skipjack these days, but I think I have, I don't have show. That's really weird. Why is it showing me these? I obviously do not want to research these. These are obviously outdated, but bad example. And by the way, yes, we do want the Midway class. It's funny. It's actually one of the best ship classes even in the 2000s because it holds 6 air groups instead of 4. This is too many things. I must have the options set wrong. And why is it showing me all the options? Anyway, like this is just one of the things. Like I can choose whether I want to build the Spruance or do I want to go with Oliver Perry. I can choose between, I mean, I can get them both if I want. It's probably what we would do as the United States, but you can choose between them. And then like, okay, how much is the research project? Not a whole lot. The research project isn't a lot, but how much is it to build a single one of these? That's one of the things we consider. Like, okay, a Spruance is going to take 360 million a year. And Oliver Perry is only going to take 200 million a year. So sure, it's only 54 kilometers an hour, and this one's 61, so it basically keeps up with like the Nimitz and all that. And the Oliver Perry won't. It'll kind of slow down the Nimitz, but can we sacrifice a little bit of speed for obviously this OHP is a fantastic frigate still, and it's definitely good enough if you're going up against like China, probably even against the Soviet Union if they're playing AI. Anyway, so cool. Yeah. Actually, the Midway carriers, Atomic says he doesn't ever phase out his old carriers. I mean, that's kind of true of any carrier, right? It's not really the carrier itself, it's what it's holding. And when it comes to this game, the Midway class has 6 carrier aircraft slots, which I don't know if there's another carrier group. I think there's one that has 5 later on. Oh, another Mexican ship just bumbled into our Cheyenne, which is completely unscathed, just sinking them. Which is, you know, feels realistic to me that you'd have these ultra-powerful submarines just decimating the weaker Mexican Navy. So in the meantime, we got another proposal from, okay, it's Virginia, so I'll probably accept it no matter what, but it's kind of a bad deal. Jeez. Yeah, these are all bad deals, but look at that. The AI must think that I need rubber. By the way, okay, here we go. This is a Voyager class, which I never found out what this is. From over here, from way downtown. Oh, no, this guy's so Mexico is suddenly very interested in the naval side of things, and luckily for us, we're not having any of it. Can we get you to take that as well? Yeah, no supply. We'll wait for it to trickle in. It can trickle in since we do have ports all the way down. Very cool that we're starting to encounter Mexican Navy, and they're producing those units. So you can see the AI is not like a brain dead thing. It actually is. Oh yeah, that's an opportunity we can't miss. We're not going to pass up an opportunity to wipe out some artillery, and then that's it. We really can just move back down the road. We might lose some of that to supply. Volgograd has declared war on Hungary. They're not going to be able to fight each other very easily. So really, it's the next step is get into the fight, and I think we'll just do, we'll do just that. Move right on in. Let's move all these units forward too. I don't want to move these units forward like that at least. They need to take on, we're going to one at a time. I've learned my lesson, right? Monterey taught us one lesson, and it taught us it very well, which is don't go for the entire kit and caboodle all at once. Just win your battles one at a time. We're not strong enough to just completely steam over Mexico all in one go. We have to do a little bit of this slow maneuvering. It's an Independence LCS. Oh, thank you, Jotzi. I didn't know that. Okay, well, if it's an LCS, I guess it's not something we have to worry about, and kind of explains why it's dying so quickly to our Cheyennes. The moment we move in here, we will start engaging the next unit, so let's do this piecemeal. I'm going to actually keep this one back. Let's move this one in. Cycle our units. Hey, here we go. Torreon. And then the last fight for Gomez Palacio will have the honor of being followed up by our western units who've just sat idly watching the eastern contingent do all the work. Let's at least get this Merles into the action. My goodness. And taking some hits here. Put that Bradley back. I'd like to get one of the Stingers to support the Bradley just in case we do encounter some more air units. Yeah, this one's not going as well, I would say. Let's get our Nighthawks over here. You are actually attacking from there, which is fantastic. Oh god, we're almost going to lose a Bradley. Here comes the Nighthawks. Okay, we're wearing them down. Okay, slowly but steadily, and this is exactly where if we just plowed everything forward, we would have lost units for sure. Still, did we lose a unit? Oh my god, what did... Oh no, not our recon. Wow, that thing must have just fallen to pieces so quickly. I didn't even catch it. Is it somewhere else? I don't think so. Okay, let's get these guys forward to Patton and Abrams. Yeah, we need to really use something like that, you know, forward. Blackhawk, just get this over to repair. Let's make sure I didn't lose another unit. We're gonna have to cycle in something here. Okay, let's get this M1A1 all the way over, switch sides. Okay, you can move in. Pull you back. And let's get both of you guys to pick up the fight. Swapping in troops. Let's get our Spirit into the action. And there it is. Contributing mildly while the last garrison finally slowly disappears. It's a polite way of putting it. It went to sleep. It was put out to pasture at Grandma's farm. Alright, so at long last, we can take on Gomez Palacio itself. These guys have all done well. Get you into the fight as well. Actually, we'll get you to move this way. I like to spread it out. Get all my artillery to move forward so that... Yeah, okay, good. I want to make sure I didn't misclick there. Here we go. We'll probably ask my Nighthawks to make a return visit. And you know what? Also our B2. And this M60 is not special. It should also be in the fight. This M1A2 is just getting wrecked. Yikes. But, you know, their garrisons are falling apart pretty quickly. Speeder asks, will I build another research facility? I have 2 queued up, speaking of. Somewhere over here. There they are. They are insanely expensive to build. And I thought the economy was going well when I built them. That was just not true. So yeah. We will. The answer is yes, but not now. I want to build one as soon as I can, but we're incapable. We absolutely lack the resources to do so for now. So this is the current target of their ire. Let's get him out. India on Turkmenistan. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Okay. And we're up to 6 billion. Maybe so the first thing I want to do is get these facilities going. Naval Production. I don't know. What other facilities did I pause? I thought I paused a few facilities. Is there a way? Is there a way to like resume all? I probably don't want to do that because I would then resume 2 research buildings. Oh man, the next patent is also getting pummeled. Working they're going clockwise, which means you must be next. You are. I don't know if it's actually how it is. I've never examined the algorithm before, but it appears to be working that way. Okay, this guy's next. All right. It's good to know, right? Because then you can position your forces in a way where it's like, okay, let's have that guy attack first so that from that side he'll be attacked first. And let's get our B2 to come drop another bomb on them. Alright, good. Just help thin them out. And as soon as you're back up to 100%, I'll send you right back out. Oh, I'm not going to need to, am I? Okay, let's get the big push happening now. Roll on in. There it is. Okay, Gomez Palacio has been taken. How long have I been streaming for? My goodness, I don't even... An hour and 15 minutes. Okay, good. We still have a little more time then. Turn on my light. It's getting dark. There we go. So, wow, things are... Actually, we're advancing. Is it possible we could get to the city? No, I don't think so. Not at this rate. But if we were able to move just a little bit faster, I could see Mexico City being conquered in... Oh, what's this? Another Abrams? Dares approach? Okay, bring out the big guns. Actually, don't bring out the big guns. Well, I wanted to have the M60 fight it, but... The fact is, a lot of my M60s are in bad shape, so we're going to let this group fight them. And I'll get my F-16s, because those just decimate these M1. Okay, look at Bradley. You're still not the right... Oh my god, didn't even get there in time. Return to base. So I think the AI is pretty much out of military items, military units. Once I start seeing stuff like solitary the unit that I gave them being built like that, they're probably bingo on other military units. Just smooth that. And then at some point we got to leave this front. This is a lot of forces tied up just defending a little open border that I don't think will be attacked through anymore. So what I'm going to do is actually, let me get all these guys. Uh-oh, where are we being attacked? Oh, that's a ship. Oh my! Oh no! Oh, they went back. They needed... Oh, they actually got attacked. Okay, so something in the Mexican Navy is capable of dealing with a Cheyenne, which is worrisome. It might be that these are actually able to deal with them. Only that the fact was... Okay, we got the other one. Let's get them out here. It might be that they need a certain distance to get close enough to detect. And I hadn't given them that chance for a while, but now at some point I did. Anyways, we have to swap these two guys. There's no supply coming this way. Yeah, re-secure supply, and then you will return for repairs. We'll alternate in our other OHP. And you can see even one OHP is just doing all the heavy lifting for us. Although the Cheyennes have also been extremely good contributors. So let's just say for you to repair, since you're already there anyway, we'll have this Cheyenne kind of hold the water over here. You can go repair, and then you are my new point for taking territory down the eastern side, eastern coast. All right, Torreon now ours. Yeah, so this is again what I think. We just want to send some group over here to Victoria de Durango. Is that what it is? Yeah, Victoria de Durango. And they want to just hold that. We're not going to advance any further. That's going to be the limit of our advance. And from there, I guess the next city would be Aguas Calientes and San Luis. Okay, we could take San Luis Potizo. Let's start doing that. Start gearing up the troops for a big move. Since we haven't returned those Bradleys, I guess we'll keep them over here for now. Whatever we have here, move on up. Most importantly, our artillery. Move it up as well. And this guy, he's just supposed to be establishing a bit of supply out there. We'll do the same thing. Oh, that striker's ready to go now. That's fantastic. Let's get an M1A2. I actually have an abundance of these. I want the urban, the close attack, like the strikers. Those are actually more important. I think we should be able to take this. So we have Ciudad Madero, which is going to be difficult. We have Tampico is also pretty big. Oh, what do we? Oh yeah, this is not going to be an easy exchange. We have 3 here. We have 4 there. Okay, that's fine. You guys can merge. That's a full garrison, full 7. Yikes. All right, let's get somebody. who's not completely destroyed. Here's recon. Okay, get you all the way over here. And start pushing that back. Who here is in good shape? You? Yeah, well, one of them is. Start pushing that. Now, I didn't take this city, and I just don't think it's going to be important. Okay, region. Oh, the Straits. I was like, wait, what? The Straits? I thought this was Turkey for a second. It is, by the way. It's the Straits. That's what it is. So now Iran controls the Straits of Turkey. What? That is interesting. Yeah, Atomic Probably, I agree. The Cheyennes ran out of supply. But they were also damaged, so that we know that something happened with them, right? It may have been that they... No, yeah, I mean, I guess they just ran out of supply. And I mean, sorry. They may have ran out of supply and gone back to repair, but they also, at some point... They were in combat. Anyways, we have our OHP ready to go. And we have our Cheyenne ready to go. Fantastic. Okay, so let's rotate the Cheyennes as well. So send this one. It's actually only 1 pip of damage. I'm going to leave that one out. And just make sure we're covering a little bit of water out from the coast. See what happens. Keep pushing on that. No supply, but I think we'll be okay. Actually, push there instead. We have the helicopter. Just come on down. Come on down. Probably a reference not a lot of people get. Actually, that's been around, right? Drew Carey took it over now. Okay, anyway. Let's get these numbskulls over here to drive a line to the coast. This guy to cover that as well. So yeah, we have 2 OHPs, which are now going to support each other. We have a helicopter here. Let's get this guy to just go back for repairs. I'm still strongly considering scrapping this B2. I mean, it's very effective, but is it worth the insane maintenance? I mean, think about this. I'm at $1.5 billion, or sorry, 6.5, stare at number, say wrong number. $6.5 billion, and this by itself takes $34 billion a year. Now, my negative plus minus exchange a day is 300, which translates to 100 billion in a year. You can think of it, I would cut my deficit by 1/3 by eliminating my single squadron of P2s. They're so damn expensive. They're just so damn expensive. Now you can see, and this, again, I have to say, this is why the game is so cool. It brings up this decision where it's like, yeah, we do want to scrap 30 of the 40 Virginias or whatever. Or yeah, those Seawolves, we don't want to build them all. It turns out that even though there's some things in this game which are not modeled, like Central Siberia has declared war on northern China. They're right next to each other, I think, but I have to question Central Siberia's judgment on that, considering northern China is like the 3rd or 4th most popular nation in the game. North Korea wants to do this normal rubber exchange at almost even, so we'll definitely accept that. Do we still use B2s, Jotzi asks. That's a good question. I don't want to answer because I don't know exactly, but I would like to say that we have some still in service. Let's see. The Stinger, man, this is your moment to shine. The Bradley to still move forward. All right, and we're all set. It's time for us to deal with San Luis Potosi. Yeah, man, they were making good progress. I mean, this is faster than the previous game, I would say. What the heck? Oh, espionage. I never got into the spy stuff. It never appealed to me. It usually doesn't appeal to me in most games. It's like the side of things I kind of dread. Anyway, let's continue advanced supply. Bunch of dragons those would be fun to send up against an Abrams. No, not a Timony. We'll drive heavily against this guy because he'll start retreating as soon as he takes contact. We will counterattack and eliminate him. He actually did land a hit here. Kudos to the... Kudos. I mean, hey, you can give credit where credit's due. Did land that hit. Okay, that's... San Luis Potosi, that's right. But Potosi. I don't know this city. I mean, San Luis I can say, but Potosi, that's a new one. Did lose some supply somewhere for some reason. Still wish that they would have a zoom to event on that so you know where you just lost supply. For example, if it just cuts you off from supply, that would be a very bad thing, and you'd want to know that. Okay, so this is a good exchange for rubber as well. I don't know why everyone's starting to give much, much better exchanges with rubber. Okay, we have a lot of troops here who need to heal up before we do anything else. Let's get this Avenger over here. Just sit and look pretty. This is a group which can spearhead the charge southwest. That is not a group which can spearhead any charges. My artillery. Get the Bradley over here. Okay, I mean, I want those guys to repair, in theory. Okay, spy captured. Yeah, good, more rubber. Well, really, things have gone pretty well for us here. I might just take a 2-minute break. Go use the restroom, get another drink. Let's take a look at what we've done. We started in Monterey, and that's the border, Texan border. So we've actually advanced further this episode than we did in the previous one. In all our previous efforts against Mexico, and that makes sense because we weren't. Wow, that's very weird. We wouldn't expect the Mexico. I mean, we won the fight, right? We broke their back, and now they're not really sending in more units, which is why I wanted to do something crazy like this. The supply has been established here. Let's get this whole unit to pull back, and all I'm going to leave over here is an M113 because that's just going to hold the city over there. So even the heavy supply truck, get them all to move southeast so we can get them into the fight. They're kind of holed up for no good reason now. Okay, this is interesting. Military goods. We are producing more than we need, for sure. We do have a stockpile, and we can make a little bit of money. I think we'll say yes to that. G.I. Joe asks if I'm attacking Mexico. Yes, it would appear that way. As playing as Texas, I think that... Oh, Magnus Gummanson asks, is the Navy of any use? Oh, yeah. The Navy's a lot of fun in this game. Right on cue when my Cheyenne sinks another Mexican boat. Yeah, I think the navies in this game are done better than in a lot of games. So that's really something positive that I can say about the game. Very easy. Very easy to say that, I think. It's a huge positive. All right, let's get stationed for our attack on this thing. Let's move here. Get my linebacker to support. Move my stingers down. Okay, we have a good line here. Yeah, all right. Let's also move back into position over here so we can get our attack on San Luis Potosi done. If I can just get that right once in my life, I'll be happy. Copter's ready to go as well. All right, let's start our movement. Let's cut off. Prepare to move. Bombardment's happening. Okay. Bombardment's not happening. Let's move in. All right, here we go. We should be attacked over here first, if my theory is correct. No, you're being attacked here. That Bradley's getting walloped. Let's get him out of the front. Okay, we're gonna want our F-17s. We're gonna want our B-2. Let's get everyone into the fight. Rubber, we'll take it. We'll take it. And we'll get you back. Get out of here, Bradley. Taking too much damage. I can't shake him. I can't shake him. Okay, and another Bradley is taking a beating. Bradleys don't seem to hold up that well in urban combat, which is surprising. That, Virginia, is an offer that I almost have to... I think I am going to refuse that. That is too bad. Okay, now my Abrams is taking a beating, so we'll pull that back. And hey, we have another one over here. We'll just get into the fight. Redeploy. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, our submarines airborne now are moving forward. Okay, my Nighthawks are... Oh, and not only that, my OHP is getting into the fight. How cool. Speaking of Navy being helpful, you can see him turn as he moves. He's strafing. Just to indicate who's attacking. It's not supposed to be like real-time realistic. But that's really cool. This guy's does not... He's no sense of self-preservation. Okay, you did it. I mean, you captured the territory before you went down, but I don't... Wasn't that hard to bring back. Alright, this is one way to eat up all your supplies. Just have your Navy constantly sit and attack garrisons. But it also is nice that we're going to have... Why is my artillery not engaging? Oh, no supply. Okay, this is where it comes handy. Do we have some supply vehicles not deployed? Oh my gosh, we have Green Berets now. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, I actually wanted to just deploy all of these. So let's get them all moving south. I don't actually care where you go. I'm going to move them here, and then what I'm going to do is highlight. Try that again. Yeah, so let's get the ground forces here. Let's have these guys move south this way. In fact, just move south this way, and I will have this supply truck come pick you up. I will do that. Well, I mean, little things like that we can do. So is it time to move in on this town? I think so. Dragons, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, these dragons are kind of useless, so we're just going to send them in. Anyway, this is an industrial area. I don't think it'll be too difficult. Another offer from California. That seems okay. Oh, no. Oh, well, we didn't really pay attention here, did we? And we lost an M1A2, which is... That's a big loss. Southern China has declared war on Vienna. This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one. Okay, we'll watch the border on that. I mean, there's been quite a few interesting turn of events, but that's a big one, I would say. I really wish we could get vision with somebody over here. Well, good luck to Vietnam. I don't think that they're... I think they're going to need it, and I don't think it's going to matter even if they have good luck. Okay, how are we doing here? Finally, all right, we lost of one M1A2. Every now and then, we're gonna have to just chalk it up to acceptable operational losses. Oh, good. These two Green Berets are ready to go. It's so perfect. So we're gonna have Green Berets on the city attacks. Those are gonna help so much. Now, where are my other? This is what. Okay, there's one. Good, we got one. Where are my supply vehicles? They're right here. So you guys are going to move to this intersection. Where are my other Green Berets? Okay. Scrap that. You're first going to move here. You guys are going to move over there. Yeah, you just need to move as far south as you can, but we'll come pick you up as well. In fact, wait a second. I think my Super Hercules here. How much cargo space do you have? 240. I think that's enough to carry two. Snare base? Okay. How much do you guys weigh? 135. Damn it! It's only enough to carry one. Well, that's still fine. We'll get them both to move back, and we'll just pick them up and deploy them both with the C-130. Yeah, Dominic, you mentioned I think it was you who mentioned the air transport before. I've had some wackiness with that, though. Maybe it wasn't you, but someone mentioning or reminding me that air transport. Every now and then I have like the air transports do weird things. If you choose air transport, when I manually control them, obviously nothing works poorly. Everything goes exactly. I mean, you're commanding them. You're telling them exactly what to do. They don't make mistakes. I think I've had a few weird situations where like air transports end up where I don't want them to be. They land in the wrong zone or something like that. That's it. The air transports I had. I remember what it was. I finally remember. I've talked about this several times. I think it was over here. Might have been in Europe. I forget. But I had like 10 air transports all in the same airbase, and they all were like doing that thing where there's too many, so they keep cycling in and out. I don't know why 10 went there. It was Berlin. It was the Cold War start. Now I remember. I'm getting there. I had air transport for Berlin. And I ended up with like 10 air transport units in Berlin, which I did. They had moved over from my Asian theater. Yeah, you get some weird stuff when you do air transport. Probably in this situation when I'm not a global empire right now, right? I'm just small, so it doesn't matter. I think everything would work well, but there is some strange behavior which can happen where you get like air transports from Japan trying to go over to Berlin to air transport something from Berlin to like France. It doesn't make any sense because I already had air transports in Berlin and they weren't using them. I'm not sure what happened there. Anyways, we're going to keep pushing. We took Sandlo. Okay, this is great. This has been a fantastic episode in terms of advancing. Okay, let's have some goals. I mentioned I was wanting to take a break on the stream, but forget it. Let's just plow through. No rest for the weary. Victoria de Durango. This is objective number 1 right now. It's, I think, the next step on our list. And maybe something on the east if we can take Ciudad Madero and Tampico. We can take those. If we take those two, then all that's left is really a drive on. Well, it's certainly not a small task, but all that's left is a drive through the rest of Mexico to take Mexico City. No big deal. Now, I have these guys. Okay, yeah, we can start doing the air transport stuff, but I do it manually because you can't have any problems this way. And I don't recommend other people do it this way. If you're smart and you know how to use air transport and you get that to work for you, don't do it this way. But I have my own issues, my own OCD. I don't want air transport sending up all over the place. I think I can just unload these anywhere because Green Berets are... they can be paradropped. So we're just going to parachute them into the ground. Into the middle of nowhere. We had this unit, which should be able to hold both. I think. Can you? You can! Hooray! Wait. Is that a yes? Yeah, you definitely can. Good. There's just a little bit of hang up there, but yeah, so now we can go unload these troops at the front. I think the place we're going to need them most is, again, over here. There's not a whole lot left. We have Aguas Calientes, Zacatecas, and Fresnillo. It's like Fresno, but Fresnillo. Let's see. Again, this is... I really need to automate this supply advancement system algorithm. We'll keep it up. I wanted to get some of these guys repaired. Looks like they are repairing okay. Get an M1 patent to chop off some of that. Start taking more territory. Okay, we got some offers here. That is no go. That's a go. That's a go. And that is a go. Didn't you say Leon was the goal of this stream? Did I? We could probably do Leon. It's only one beyond Aguas Calientes. Let's just make a run for it. Might lose some supply here, but who cares about supply? Whoever needed supply? Supply has never been an issue for any army ever. Oh, more naval action. Who is attacking whom? I think... Well, one of the Cheyennes has just got busy. We didn't see it, though. Oh, wow, we conquered this already. So this attack is done. Oh, but as soon as we do that, we're actually going to move in. The Green Berets! They're here! Yes! Oh, gosh, our troubles are over. Our concerns. Everything is We need not fear any longer. I mean, this is awesome. The Green Berets are going to go in and they are going to kick butt. Which is fantastic. In fact, why aren't we using our full army here? Get these guys to move forward. And we have another... Like, just send the Green Berets in everywhere. Alright, send you here. Here comes the other Green Berets. You know what? Don't unload there. We'll just unload you right on the front. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just go right on in. And we'll get our OHPs to also assist. Okay, here goes the Green Beret, which is getting mauled. Oh, God. I suppose he probably needs a little bit of support. So I'll muster that up for him. Oh, it's because he's getting mauled by Tampico as well. Okay, oh my God. This guy's going to die. No, I just got this unit. I just got him. Little overzealous there. Striker, go in. No, don't go that way, you ding-dong. Get out, Green Beret, get out. Will he get out, though? Oh, lordy. Oh, no. He did not. He definitely did not get out. Well, I gotta tell you that was not just overambitious, but ill-conceived. And this is gonna be a tough little fight here. Let's see, that's exactly what I'm looking for. We want the artillery. Okay, the artillery is at least engaging, it looks like. The strikers are better. I mean, with the strikers, at least you can move them in and out very easily. Okay, let's do the full thing here. And I'm going to get even the Falcons in on the attack here. Okay, this striker is going to wait until the last moment, then redeploy. Oh, we got someone else who's even worse shape. A Patton. So, I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing. Damn it, these Green Berets are just falling like flies. I talked all this, I talked them up a big game, and now they're just very disappointing. By the way, supply truck is needed to continually ferry new troops. No, not everyone, just the supply truck. Let's see if we'll meet him over there. And yeah, we have one more. But don't tell them what happened to the last one who went on this mission, but it wasn't pretty. We're still learning. We're, getting our feet underneath us as a... Come on, there it is. Okay, come on. Why we're really waiting. Green Beret. Oh, the dragons. Okay, I know that I make fun of the dragons. They're probably not worth just losing for nothing. Wow, we barely got that guy out. Oh, this whole place is getting ravaged. Alright, let's get the whole group out. Put our stingers in. I really don't care if my stingers die. That is like a solemn promise. I do not care if my stingers die. This is a tough fight. I don't think we're going to be able to win this. I probably could have executed this 1,000 times better. Okay, so more rubber. That's good. Everyone wants to give me rubber. That's fine. That's bad. That's a very bad one, but it's Virginia. I keep feeling like... Okay, please make it out. Where are you? Oh, you're almost out. Oh, you're moving north. Well, then just keep moving north. Just get out of there. Get out. They even wisely have reinforced. Oh my God, Bradley, please get out. No, Bradley. Out of all the things, I lose the Bradley. It's like, no, if we have an option, we'd rather lose almost anything but a Bradley. Speaking of Bradleys, we do have more, so let's just keep dumping them into the city. Why is this artillery unit not... So, that's okay. Look, we're building more Green Berets, so those are the units that, if anything, we should be losing. Keep getting those guys in. By the way, did we... Oh, wow. Some M130... I mean, I guess some people went back to repair. Let's get these guys into the fight. Move them back on in. What's this? Mostly artillery, but also one Bradley, so we can move that whole thing forward. At least it'll take territory. And get that guy forward. quick push on all the different fronts. Yeah, so this is kind of big. We've actually cut off at Aguas Calientes. We've kind of, once we have both Aguas Calientes and Victoria de Durango. Oh no, we lost another unit. Okay, this was a Green Beret. Acceptable casualty. I'd say, wow, it's just, you can see how quickly things are dying over here. And this is just to take Ciudad Madero. Now what I could do is probably put all of them in here so we don't take too much double fighting from Tampico. And now we're just fighting Madero. Now as soon as we go into Madero, we're going to have to fight military and Tampico, but get this Bradley out of here. Go, 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 go. Now we have 7 tanks fighting a city. Not ideal. Why are these artillery units not firing? 41 kilometers, I'm sure that they have the range. I'm sure. Yeah, 41 kilometers, definitely they're in range. Okay, now we're finally pulling things together over there. After losing a Stinger. Well, I mentioned I'm not going to cry any tears over a Stinger. This is definitely the case. Well, Jesse, you said surround them and don't send them, but actually this new plan is working pretty well. And I think it's just because we're being flanked. Tampico's like a natural flank. So now we can at least fight them one at a time. So once Ciudad Madero's gone, I can kind of like wait a moment. By the way, we should have more Stingers ready to pile in. Load into this. Let's see, is this guy loaded now? It was having some issues. Yeah. Okay, so let's have this guy airdropped. Isn't there like some thing where they have a penalty? Paratroopers have a penalty when you drop them? Or is that all the different games I played kind of all bleeding into one category in my mind and me not remembering which one is which? That was a brutal attack. Wow. The problem is I don't want to leave Ciudad Madero. Okay, there it is. We got our Green Berets ready to lead the charge. This is a sad, sad state of affairs. Okay, let's get these guys. You know what? Even the Stinger. Get them all ready to fight. Put a Stinger in Ciudad Monte. That'll be my defense. And I'll put an Abrams there as well. Yeah, we took some. There's a lot of positive things. Okay, good. This is good. Bombarding Tampico before we go in? Fantastic. Okay, in fact, that's going to be my moment. I don't... This is pretty minor. It's a 1.5 garrison. So I think I will push some forces in. They're going to have to fight 2 fronts. No, I would actually bring the striker in before the Green Beret. Just because he's easier to deploy in and out. So I'm just going to put 2 units there. It doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, okay, if I'm just putting 2 units in, then I'm going to put them in here. Alright, here we go. Oh my god, that's a big old garrison. But they're fighting in the open, so we're going to run them over with tanks. That's pretty cool. We're not, however, going to run over this... Oh god, they're running us over. Bradley, get him out. So by the time the Green Beret gets in there, we're already going to have done a lot of damage. Okay, let's move on in with... how about these 2 M60s? And now we're in good shape. Now I'm liking our chances. Okay, get the Green Beret out. I think he's going to make it. And we have our other group here. We can unload. Combat drop. No, I'm going to load him just outside. Bolt, get out of there. Just gonna make it. Just gonna make it. Barely. By the skin of his teeth. Oh my gosh. Tampico's definitely winning a challenge here. Yeah, the military garrison died hard because it's not close combat. let's see, how do I view this? So this is a close combat, and this is not. So cities are close combat, and that's what makes them so difficult. All cities are close combat. I mean, difficult for me. I mean, if I had nothing but Green Berets, we would be fighting much better against them, but in the cities. This is interesting. That's a nice little flank maneuver. Okay, by the way, I am neglecting my military. My Air Force, I should say. Let's get this Bradley in there. Let's pull this Bradley out. Nice. I think we're gonna do this. It was close, but in the end, I think we got it. And the air is really helping now. Okay, good. Another war. We have Southern China and Turkmenistan. Okay, that's not going to be of much consequence. A yes, a yes, a yes. Okay, let's say yes to all three. Leave me alone. I'm trying to fight a war. Okay, so the Green Berets are now ready to go. But you can see that armor, even against city, armor is better. And well, Albania has been eliminated. But we'll still get these Green Berets into the fight. Try to, at least. Albania, who did they fall to, by the way? Probably could have just looked. Romania. Wait, is this Albania? Or is it Greece? This is Albania, right? Yeah. Okay. Fell to Greece. All right, we did it. We did it. That was a tough fight. Oof, that was a tough one. Okay, this whole area is ours, and that's also very nice because this will be another place for us to reestablish supply at sea. That was a really good. That was a very good fight. Okay, so let's get this whole group to go. Is this the AMX Scorpion? Oh, gosh. Oh boy. Oh, we got research breakthrough. Urban renewal. What was that one? Let's take a moment. Let's look it up. Urban renewal. Would that be in here? It is. Infrastructure rating up plus 4%. Law enforcement up plus 8%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, what's going to jump in instead? Advanced diagnostics, healthcare? No. So this is where we're going to do a little bit of micromanaging. We're going to figure out what we want. Finished goods ore demand. Is ore a big deal for us? Metal ore? I don't think we have any of it. Oh, but now that we have New Mexico, we do. Okay. And this is actually extremely expensive. My goodness. Output of industrial goods plus 2%. I think that this is what we want to do. Wait. Industrial goods. We're producing those at a loss, so no, we don't really care about that. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, research efficiency, which I mentioned would be nice. Output of agriculture, we're also producing at a loss right now. This is good. Infrastructure, how expensive is that right now? It's only 2.4 a year. That's really not that much. Yeah, okay. So I think we could do, that's not that much. It's not going to make that big of an impact. Waste management. Okay, let's just look at the other alternatives. High-speed rail. I think I like it. Finished goods facility efficiency. Okay, this is it. We're doing that one. It's over. The haptics robotics has got to be the next thing we do. And one of the things you probably should min-max over, which I didn't really look at, was the time remaining. So this is going to be 292 days versus some of the other ones we paused, like advanced diagnostics would be 136 days. So we'd get it a lot faster. Even the waste management 3 I almost did would only be 175 days. But I think that this is a good call. Efficiency is always good. And while we're looking at this screen right here, let's move these units forward. And let's move this whole unit forward here. Prepare for our attack on Aguas Calientes. And then we have Leon, and then we'll probably call the stream to a close at that point. Don't have much time left, as you can probably tell by the anxious cries of children in the background. COVID-19 is not a good time for children. You know, I mean, it's not a good time for people dying from COVID, most importantly, but children don't, you know, have a very global perspective on why they can't go outside and play. You know, they don't. Things get difficult when they're trapped indoors. All right, let's get these Green Berets to do something. Can you just pull your own weight for once? And look at, I'll send a sacrificial stinger in. That one, boy, that one just barely survived. 2 pips. So let's see how this works in the open. Yeah, these Green Berets are just crushing. They're doing so much better. Oh, that was amazing. We're gonna get the tanks to assist because we're definitely gonna need them to assist. This is not gonna be a cakewalk, I don't imagine. Let's get you here and the other 2 here as well. All right, let's see how this goes. So in theory, we want these Green Berets to move on in. Will they do that? Stinger should move on in too. Let's also get my Nighthawks. Those have been very effective at helping. And you know, we'll get the B2 if they can actually even get there in time. So this is a case where they're focusing on the tanks first. My Green Berets actually should be getting good damage in. Might even be the reason why this battle's being won so quickly. It's still in a city. Oh my gosh. These Green Berets are just, they kick ass. Pardon my French, but let me put it this way. They kick serious butt. Yeah, that was a very effective attack. And that's it. We have gotten exactly as far as we wanted to on the eastern side. So now we just have to wait for lagging elements to clean up the middle, Ciudad Valles. And again, Aguas Calientes, and then Victoria de Durango, and call this to a close. Okay, Green Berets, load on in. Didn't I have another set somewhere? Are those all our Green Berets? Have we got them killed already? We have. Oh, okay, all our Green Berets are dead. The new ones are have all been fodderized. Well, that's sad, isn't it? Get a dragon to hold that, I guess. Oh, here comes a scorpion. Okay, well, I don't think it's gonna last very long against 4 groups of heavy tanks. Nope, that did not work out well for them. And we can actually move in on the next facility as well. I wasn't planning to do this, but yeah, we might as well because this is open. Should be very easy to take. And we can just hold at this facility for a little while. I like having my OHPs together, but let's make sure we continually move up. Every now and then we probably just have these guys touch some supply so they can refill. What is this? This must have been, oh my gosh, Spruance, no wonder. Oh my gosh, no wonder my Cheyennes had to go back. That's the real deal. Now, who has, okay, my Nighthawks do have naval attack capabilities. So we're going to bring them in. Oh, it's too late. Okay, fine. Well played, OHP. Well played. Killed him before I could even get off the ground. Turn to base. I mean, I guess we could, you know, there's still a mission to be had here. Want to come in and deal with some Marines? Honestly, the F-16s would be better dealing with this. Beautiful. And they decide they're going to go back. It's fine. You guys can return to base. Air superiority, it's so good. Ugh. Okay. Next up. A lot of artillery and Fresnillo. It's not really the way I had it planned. I could take Fresnillo next and then swing on Victoria de Durango after that. Like I said, not the way I had it drawn up originally, but yeah, okay, we can try it. Some stingers to be cannon fodder. I'm not saying the stingers are bad, because they aren't. Oh, ceasefire. Kazakhstan, okay, that's probably just enemies approaching base. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Just hold off. I don't even know what you're asking. This is definitely an agree. They want uranium. Nothing would be wrong giving any of these people uranium. We'll accept all these things. Well, we're actually, look at our budget. It's actually going up. Holy cow, we really rounded a corner in the economy. Finally, things have stabilized. I hear something. Oh, there it is. Fresnillo attacking. Okay, that's fine. Let's get you and you over here. We haven't gone against Aguas Calientes. Let's do the attack. All right, see how this goes. Plenty of artillery here, which hopefully will help. Well, plenty. It's only 2. Try to even the odds a little bit by sending in some bombers. We're taking some heavy casualties on this Bradley. Boy. This guy to pull back quickly before we lose him. Here comes the bombers. Still got 6 units there. Damn. The other Bradley taking some heat. Okay, let's move him back. Just in time to get the second kill. Get that garrison. Good. Alright, so they're down to 3.5. I think that the tide should swing in our favor. Volgograd has declared war on Iceland. Volgograd, you gotta calm down a little bit there. Just hold off. I don't want to even receive this message anymore. Ah, we gotta keep pushing. We're running out of time. Time! Need more time. Down here. Let's push you guys forward. I don't want to lose a unit. Back down here. Just in time to save them. Jeez. Wait, are they really approaching Tampico? They're not. It's nonsense. I'm there. Huh. Interesting. Okay, more rubber. We'll accept. It's kind of funny that originally we were pissing people off, but now we've kind of started to establish ourselves as a reputable trading partner with a lot of the other no longer United States. Yeah, let's get these guys down here, and then again I probably have to cut back the action over there. Just everyone go down here. Okay, pause. I have to save another Abrams. We're gonna get this one though. That's good. I like how the striker hasn't been targeted. That's nice. Okay, that's that attack. And we have this one. Okay, so we're actually, what? We're so close to finishing. Get the Green Beret and the Stingers to prepare for their attack. There's more Green Berets moving forward. Stinger, prepare to attack. Another Stinger, prepare to attack. We'll get the Abrams to move forward with you. Make sure we're not going to lose anybody. Looking good. Should have this one now. There's only one garrison left. Okay, so just keep on the advance. We have artillery set up. We have Stingers ready to be sacrificed. Let's move them on in. Wow, they are so slow. It just sat there. Didn't do anything for a little while. Once they start getting attacked, that's when we'll make our advance. Okay, Aguas Calientes is now ours. We're advancing over on Ciudad Valles. We can spare a couple tanks for that attack as well. I'm going to put some of the wounded tanks down here because I think they'll be okay. I'm just defending a point. Should be a strong suit of ours. Get you guys down here. You need to prepare for the attack. Don't attack until they're ready. Get the supply truck to lend supply to my artillery. I think that's a useful thing to do. Get some bombers on this. We're going to do the... Oh. Fresnillo is not occupied, or is it because these are Stingers? Probably it's because these are Stingers. They can't take ground. Okay, don't... There we go. Now the Stingers are going to die. And look, I know that maintenance is not that much on these. 40 million. But honestly, that's 40 million we just don't need to spend. Let's get this recon to do his thing. Recon over there. This is looking good. Okay, those guys went back. Let's have the Stinger advance first. It's a cruel world we live in, I'm sorry. By the way, why aren't you guys going? I thought I asked you to all the artillery to... Well, let's actually get the tanks to move in. Let's get the whole group to move in now, because we should be able to take this pretty quickly. Wow, those Stingers are just so slow. They're not even going to be able to get in there to take damage in time. Move the Green Beret back. Tortuga runs out of time and fails to capture Mexico City before the Mexican winter descends. No. Moscow, I mean, wait. Stinger. Alright, we're okay with the Stingers. Hey, we must have taken this. Oh, we have a guest. 1 second. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Counter-espionage. It's been successful. We're back. What did we do? Did we lose anything? We didn't lose. The military basically runs itself, even in my absence. We have, yeah, just tons of rubber. We're basically there, right? We wanted to take Victoria de Durango. Really, just right at the verge of doing so. Where are the rest of the Merles? Did I send them down here? I think I did. Yeah, let's get this whole group. I mean, almost all this can be redeployed now. Just want the Bradley to keep taking territory. These guys actually, I think the whole thing can start taking these roads. I won't take Zacatecas this turn. We'll just quickly march over. Take down Victoria de Durango, which is looking like it's going to be kind of a challenge. Help declaring war. Well, let me tell you, I don't need help. I don't need help learning how to do that. I am very clear on how to declare war. Done it twice so far. This is India and Kazakhstan. Interesting. Then we have more rubber, except... Okay. Okay, here we go. Here's the big one. No, okay, we'll begin the attack because our F-117s are looking for something to drop bombs on. We don't want to keep them waiting. Just get this whole group in. Get the Avengers over here. 5, you're 100%. Let's have you basically just keep dropping tons of bombs. Things are looking pretty good on that attack already. That's nice to see. When these guys are ready to go, we'll... I mean, wait, we didn't even get our artillery in. Get our artillery in, and this guy's gonna fall back. Okay, go ahead and do so. More artillery's just getting into the fight. Stinger, go! It's your time! So your time is now. Up the road we go. How are we doing? Not gonna. This has gone very well. Victoria de Durango is ours, and we'll leave a token defense force while the rest of it heads south. That's it. I mean, this is so good. Things are really coming together, and I mean, we broke the back. This has happened. This has been like. It's been a long time since we've had to worry about the Mexican army because we broke their back. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay. Wow. Wow. What do you know? I made it before winter, Kurt. We did it. So I have choices here. We have conquered Mexico. I can either liberate, I can colonize, or I can annex. Now, as far as I know, and somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, if I annex, I don't think that I can colonize afterwards. Colonize is kind of the safest choice here because once it's colonized, I think you both have the choice to annex it or to, I mean, you can go back to war with it, I guess. But anyways, I don't think you can colonize, or I think if it's annexed, I don't think you can colonize it. Can you? You can only liberate it as essentially you can only go from annex to liberate afterwards. Now, I want to either colonize or annex here. I am not going to liberate. That's for darn sure. I think I said I was going to colonize it, and that's probably still what I'll do. And mainly the reason why I don't want to annex, I see Shut the Heck Up Carl says, I vote annex. But the reason why I'm not sure I'm going to do that is because it's so much management to manage all. I mean, Mexico, this like quadruples the amount of micromanagement I have to do. Yeah, Joshua says he's not clear. He's not clear about the differences. I'm still not entirely sure what colonize gives you from what Atomic mentioned. Some resources. I don't know what that means. I really don't know. That was my understanding, by the way, beforehand, is the same thing. They give you some resources. But I don't know, do they give you any kind of tax money? Do they give you any kind of, like what other benefits does it provide? Besides being like a cool, I'm glad that it's in the game. It's definitely a nice system to have colonization and all that. It can set us up for, extending the timeline of Supreme Ruler back to the 1800s. We can have Victoria, Supreme Ruler Victoria. The Turtle Empire demand we annex it. Let's see. Annex. There are threats to the Turtle. Okay, it pays some of its taxes to you. Yes. Oh, New Chaotic Order apparently knows something about this as well. Thank you so much. So they do pay some of the taxes. So if they give us money and they give us resources and we don't have to micromanage them, then Texas as an entity will only grow stronger, but we don't have to micromanage. So I'm going to choose colonize, and this is in the interest of this being a game where we don't have to overthink things too much. Now, did I play with the version? Yes, I did. Awesome. So I am playing with the version. Oh, has it happened yet? Yeah, Texas, Mexico. It's Texan Mexico. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, look at us now. My mom always wondered if I'd amount to anything, but look at me now. So pretty cool. Arizona, I mean, we talk about the Red River rivalry in Oklahoma, but Arizona is the biggest thing keeping us from being a nice uniform blob. So that's what I think we're going to focus some attention on Arizona. And Arizona actually likes us. Oh no. Well, we'll figure out a way to get somebody upset and then go to war. I mean, we can keep moving south. We can just go all the way to Panama. We could control the Panama Canal. Maybe that should be our. Maybe, I mean, now that we have Pacific Holdings, it might be a focus for us to take the Panama Canal. But that is all going to happen in future episodes. I think that at this point, this series will move to the channel. No more streams. I debated about that a while. And that might not be true. Wait for a final decision on this. Maybe I'll make a quick video about it just as an announcement of how things are going. I can include that in like my Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays type video. So look for that in the future when I make a final decision, but I suspect that this will go to the channel now. Okay, so if you annex Mexico, it halves their military production. Well, 50% industrial production. Oh, is that true, New Chaotic? I turned off the loyalty penalties. So I'm playing right now with loyalty penalties not being played. Oh, okay. By the way, so this is stream 19 and, oops. Well, why don't we take a moment to load up my other game, because I love that. That game is so cool. My private game. USSR. We already know what's going on in the title. I already took Venezuela. I took South Africa. This is my Cold War start as the United States. You can tell almost the entire world is line of sight with me, which is lovely. I always like to see what's going on. India has annexed Pakistan. I could not help with that. But in this one, you can see mutual defense invoked. I have yet... So, yeah, leave it there. Oh, there he goes. I have yet to actually act on this, but I'm setting up for my war with the Soviet Union. Right now, Russia, Soviet Union, is at war with China. And China is no slouch on producing units. They have a gazillion M24 chassis, which I sold them the design to. I did not expect them to actually build them. And then their usual thing, they always build combat engineers, and this game is no exception. So this is going to be a really fun one. I've already taken, let's see, this is US Venezuela. Here's another question for you about colonies. There's two options here. Encourage independence and discourage independence. What does this do? I don't know, and I don't know if Atomic and New Chaotic Order are still in the chat, but if you know what these would do, like, this makes sense when it's a country that I'm not like already associated with. We have support ruling party, support opposition, and I think that deteriorates their support, maybe military support, maybe domestic approval. I don't know. It messes with that. But then more importantly for me, the support opposition gives you a steadily increasing casus belli against them, up to like 70%. What does it mean when you can do that to a colony? Because obviously you don't need casus belli against a colony. Well, I don't see why. And let's see. By the way, can you annex? Oh, yeah. So we can annex from a colony, which is, yeah, that's what I thought. So colony is the safest option because if at any point I decide, so for people who wanted me to annex Mexico, if at any point I decide to, I can just annex them. They can become mine. But, while we're multitasking with all these different things, I'd rather not deal with Mexico, and they're going to still provide some benefit to Texas. Yeah, so I can liberate the colony, I know that, but I'm wondering what these buttons do here. Colony, encourage independence, or discourage. Should I always be discouraging independence if I am the colony owner? I have no idea, truthfully. Thank you, Atomic. First of all, one of the best things about a mature channel is you have people who comment within their expertise. That's awesome. Yeah, I also don't know. Improves, degrades DAR. What's DAR approval rating? Oh, diplomatic approval rating. Probably this thing. What is my diplomatic approval rating? The world loves me, right? The world loves me. Okay. Okay, great. Well, anyways, we're going to bring this stream to a close, and this is my fun... Hey, if you haven't thought about getting Supreme Ruler, hopefully you are considering it now. I think this is a great game. One of the best. I had a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone who came out, and especially thanks to everyone who was helpful with the comments. Hey, Chief Jawali also said, Tortuga, could you do a Pepsi Coca-Cola review as a Christmas special? I do love my soda. And yeah, go play the Cold War start as the United States. Oh yeah, I should show you. We're getting F-15E Strike Eagles, a 1989 in 1967. So I have 23 research facilities. We're churning out these high-level units, and it's been a blast. Look, I have the Nimitz coming, which is an 81 design, which you can try to get like 13 years early. These are not, by the way, any like benchmarks for like the best you can do, but I try to role play a little bit so not go too absurd. Anyways, we have some pretty awesome things. Look, I even had the B-2 Spirit in the production queue, but now based on the fact that it only has this 2 bombs it can drop, it's not going to be a priority for me. I have like mass produced a gajillion B-52s. I still have a gajillion, quadrillion, billion, zillion Peacemakers. Because that is my favorite bomber of all time. This is deployed units, I can tell. Let's go to reserve. Yeah, so you can see I have some F-14s in 1967, which is awesome. The A's and the D's. I think the D is the attack variant, the tactical variant. versus interceptor. F-111s, which is not surprising. Look at this FA-18D Hornets. I got some FA-18D Hornets in 1967. That just feels so powerful. I love it, and I love that feeling. And then here's the B-52s. Just a lot of them. A lot of B-52s. Ready to deploy at a moment's notice anywhere in the world. So, anyway, it's a lot of fun. I love this game. So thanks to everyone who came out. Can you annex parts of a country? No, I don't think so. I guess there might be situations where you can conquer like part of a region. If, for example, like China was to annex Vietnam, when you retake the land from Vietnam, it's still loyal to Vietnam itself. So every now and then you have like, what would the loyalty? I think the loyalty would be shown here. Yeah, this is layout. Oh yeah. So the loyalty, like territory is loyal to one region only in this game. It's not like in Paradox games where you have multiple different choices when you liberate. You just liberate loyal. Like when I liberated China, I liberated all of China. That's how it goes. Tortuga, so you were going to end up on Mars in the 1980s, yeah. Yeah, but that's part of the fun. I've always liked tech racing, and that's why I really enjoy this game, because you sit there and you just salivate. And like I said, I pretend to be the U.S. government and have the back and forth between, hey, what units do we want to research? And we finance the B2 research program in this game, but are we going to build them? They're super expensive. Maybe not. And those are all decisions I get to make. So that's a lot of fun from a geopolitical, economic, military, government, intertwined entity control. You get to control all these different things, and it's pretty fun. So that's it for me. Thanks for playing. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for playing. Whatever. So I'll catch you back for the next stream or video. This one might go to the channel. Check out the Christmas special or whatever that I do, which hopefully I'll have an announcement about the Supreme Ruler stuff then. Until then, take care. Stay safe.